Well, we're making a habit of this. We've just picked up another Kia Venga. 95,000 miles on it. In generally nice shape. Bit of a few upgrades on this compared to mine, but it's time for some fish and chips. Well, the cars are multiplying, so we have the later December 2011 and we've got the earlier February 2011 car. So this is my friend Adam's new car. It looks pretty decent. It's got a lot more toys than mine, but it's the same 1.4 litre and £35 a year road tax. Well, we're in Kelso today. I've just driven Adam's car down, so 74.3 miles per gallon. That's not too bad at all. Definitely got more toys than my one. Drives very nicely. The clutch has a different feel actually. Very smooth gear change. I prefer the interior on this one, the pinstripe, the grey pinstripe. Oh, we better use the button. Look at that, eh? There you go. So anyway, we're going into Adam's pal Stevie's for a catch up. Well, we've been away down to Berwick-upon-Tweed and Wooler and a few other places, but this bulb is not working. The dip bulb's gone. So we're going to attempt a replacement with the light unit in situ. Right, so that's the connector off, and then the next thing is to do the latch. So I'm feeling this, and that's the latch released, and I'm going to pull the bulb out with my fingers. I'm going to try not to turn it the wrong way around. Alright, so that bit goes to the top. Right, so we need the replacement bulb order. Right, so that's that all connected up. The connector's back on and the latch has been put back in. You'll see that point there, that point there. So now we're going to try the lights. There we go, that's dip and beam. Success. So, job done. So as you can see, you don't need to remove the light unit from the car to change the main bulb. It'll be even easier if you had to change this bulb. That one there. Well, it's the start of another week here, and my plan today is to buff the upper part of the light that's had a bit of sun damage. Doesn't look too bad when it's wet, obviously, but I've got a kit, so I'm going to try. I'm not going to bother using the masking tape. I'm just going to simply unbolt them, and then hopefully hopefully this week I'm going to get it on a code reader or a scanner and see if we can determine the cause of the ESC light. Part of my other video, or other video that was recorded, was related to my friend Adam. He bought another Kia Venga silver one, and it's quite a nice little car actually. A lot more toys than this one. It's done 20,000 miles more. We've also ordered the correct wiper blades for Adams, the pop button type. So they should be arriving this week. And I think he's going to be getting oil change just to make sure it's nice and fresh. But quick wash of the cars on Saturday here. Sorry, Sunday, yesterday. I do think, compared to his car, this back of the car arrangement is preferable to what he has, but at least here you can drop the boot floor down for that extra 6 inches or so. I've still to get myself this little string to lift the back shelf up. And the other thing is that there was actually just a delivery guy turned up. I thought maybe it was my front strut, so the front strut assembly has been ordered on eBay. It's a TRW branded one, so I'll need to take off the spring and the strut top and replace it, but hopefully that's not going to be too much of an effort. But otherwise, it's a nice sunny day, which makes a change. And it's 12 degrees, so I will be taking this out for a run today to make sure everything's going fine with it. But so far, there's no issues other than the slight rattle from the front end, and of course the ESC light, which hopefully will be figured out this week. Well, as is sometimes the case, I've changed my mind. So the only part that really needs buffed is this upper edge. So I'm just going to try a quick polish. I'm not going to bother sanding it down. It's nice and clean at the sides there. And on this side it's very, very similar. I'm not really going to need to mask anything off. I don't really need to remove it either. So I'm going to try, again, as I say, it's really clean and clear there. It's only really at that point it starts to get slightly foggy. So I'm just going to try it with the little AliExpress headlamp cleaning kit buffer. So what's that about then, you ask? So I've got my trusty Aldi drill, and here is the polish. So I'm going to put a little bit on there, and we'll see if we can make any improvement. So you can definitely see it's a bit misty there. If we look down here, it's extremely clean and clear like it should be. So I'm going to try buffing this part first and see how it goes. Well, the first snag I noticed was that the bloody polish was not coming out, so I'm going to have to give that a good shake, because it seemed to be like it was just solid on the bottom, so hopefully that'll come out now. Well, that's definitely a heck of a lot cleaner than it was. Feels a lot smoother as well, so there's a comparison. Definitely very misty. Definitely not misty. So I'm going to give this one a quick go, see how it comes out. So there's some on there, and I've just smeared it along the top there, and I'll give it a quick buff. Well, that's that cleaned up. Definitely a significant improvement. I say that's just the polish, that's not any of the abrasive paper or compounds that you have to use. But yeah, that's quite good. I'll go and get the sealant, as they describe it, and see if that makes any difference. Well, I just read the instructions for using the sealant, but it says you have to leave it for 8 hours with no humidity or dew. So I don't think I'm going to get 8 hours of no humidity or dew at this time of day. We're getting close to the sun going down, so I'm pretty sure these headlamps will be covered in dew in due course. So that'll be that for just now. Well, here we are. It is Tuesday evening. I'm in the house. It's been pretty chilly overnight. According to my neighbour, it was -4 last night, but I don't know if that is actually correct. So I've had a bit of a brainwave. What I'm going to do, and I did this already on, we changed the wiper blades on my pal Adam's Venga. So what we did was we took the cap off, and we've slid out his blade, wherever that's gone. I'm looking for it just now and I can't see where I put it, but anyway, we slid his wiper blade out, and then obviously I can slide in from the universal blade that I bought on AliExpress. So what I'm planning on doing is using this Bosch wiper blade. I think it's Bosch anyway. Yeah, it's a Bosch wiper blade, or wiper, and I'm going to put it with the cheap crap AliExpress blade, which was like £1.50. So I've taken this off from the universal hook wiper, and then I'm going to slide that in, or that is the plan. So I need to see if I can disassemble. It was easy on this one. I need to see if I can disassemble the Bosch one and get the end of it. Okay, so this is the Bosch wiper blade. I've popped up these two tabs here, which go into those recesses there. And so there's the Bosch blade and the AliExpress blade. So there is a slight difference. There's that locator there, which presumably locates that little bit there. I've not got the you can see it there. So that presumably, that bit locates into that to stop the blade moving around, I guess. I'm not sure how critical that is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that blade. It's about 8mm or something there. I'll trim that off and I'll put it in here, but before I do that I'll make sure it does fit in there properly. Right, so that's the AliExpress blade fitted into the Bosch, as you can see, the Bosch unit. And I need to presumably trim off that bit of surplus blade, which is slightly longer than the Bosch one. I don't know if I need to make that cutout, but I've got a pair of scissors in this old Swiss Army knife that I can modify it with if it's necessary.
Well, here's the rebladed Bosch unit with the AliExpress blade. So I didn't actually bother cutting that recess out, but I did put a very tiny amount of oil on the top of that little nib that presumably goes into this recess. So that blade's to the end. I just cut the blade off. There's a bit of rubber that came off. These blades are quite dirty actually. So, not the actual blades itself, but the actual wipers. So that's that. So, I'm going to do this for the other side, but I shall put this on just now on the car, and you can see my handiwork. So anyway, looks like that's securely fastened again. So you just lift up. See, it looks like it's an L in there or something. An L. Well, whatever that is. You just basically prise those tabs up. I just used the blade from the Swiss Army knife, and I prized it up there. Then the end slid off, so that's fine. So anyway, let's put it on the car and see how that goes. And then I'll get this video up, and then hopefully, maybe tomorrow or something, I might get the ESC light scanned. Right, so that's that slid in. It's going to go that way. So you just push it, and that button secures it. So that's one new blade installed. I'll take the other one off. Very, very easy to do. So you just make sure you push that button in there. You really need two hands. So you push that in, and then you pull it out from that end. But I'm going to do that after. I'll just upload this video and get it out there. And hopefully I'm going to check out the ESC light tomorrow on the scanner. But please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll soon be like a YouTuber. I'll get my silver plaque on the wall. Or not, as the case may be. Well, as usual, I can't let it lie. So anyway, that's the large one done, the long one. Was it 26 or 24 inch blade? That one was more difficult because there was a lot more threading through required, and then I had to cut off the little bit at the end as well, same amount. It's popped back on fine, so that'll be that getting installed in the car. So there's a tip for you. If you buy the cheap universal blades and you've got some decent quality Bosch blades and you want to replace the rubber, get the cheap and nasty blades from AliExpress, which seem to be doing okay on my Seed actually, because they use the universal hooks as opposed to this push button style. So all you do is you push that down flat, and then it goes that way. So it goes towards this end. It doesn't come out that way, but it just goes forward, and that's that. So yeah, I say I wasn't originally impressed with this type of connector for the wiper arm, but now that I understand how it works, just like most things in life, when you understand how something works, you then go, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. But if you don't get to that point, you might think, what is this bloody crap? But definitely cheaper with the universal hook. But this is a cheap and cheerful way of refurbishing or reblading your fancy Bosch one. So anyway, enough waffle from me. I'll get this video uploaded and hopefully have some further news on the ESC system on the next video.